A decades-old Florida law is back in the spotlight tonight after state lawmakers moved to repeal what critics call the free kill law. It's a measure that limits when families can sue for medical malpractice after a loved one dies. And right now, Florida is the only state in the country with this limitation. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Andy Payton explains why, despite overwhelming support, the decision may come down to one person.
It was originally created to try to keep doctors in Florida and insurance premiums down.
This is an un-American law.
But now lawmakers say it's keeping families from justice.
Constitutionally, in America, we deserve access to the courts. There should be no exceptions to that.
Tonight, the Florida House
88 yeas, 17 nays, Madam Speaker.
Voting to strike down a decades-old law known as free kill that prevents families from suing for wrongful death in medical malpractice cases if their loved one is over the age of 25, unmarried, and has no children under 25.
I start calling attorneys, and they're all like, was your dad married? How old are you?
Sabrina Davis says those are the questions that came first when her father, Keith, died in 2020 from a blood clot in his leg that went ignored by physicians.
What I said was, Dad, if this was preventable, I will have that person held accountable.
That's what brings us back to Tallahassee, with Sabrina and other impacted families in attendance, as the legislature tries to turn this bill into law again, after Governor Ron DeSantis used his veto power last session.
That's going to lead to a flood of lawsuits against practitioners and against hospitals.
The governor telling lawmakers then that caps to payouts needed to be added to disincentivize frivolous lawsuits. Those changes weren't made. Because of that, are you concerned that he could just veto this again?
Absolutely. I believe that he will veto it again. And where I think he could go right is by giving families like myself the opportunity to speak with him so we can talk about how can we make Florida free.
Now, this bill still needs to pass the Senate, but justice for many of these families still hinges on Governor Ron DeSantis changing his mind this time around. We'll keep you posted on its movement, but for now, reporting here in the studio, Andy Payton, 10 Tampa Bay News.
All right.